Hello, good evening everyone, and welcome to the Thursday induction webinar. I'm going to be running over the basics of the business with you to help you get up and running in your new business. If you just put a Y in the chat bar so I can check you can all see and hear me okay. I'll just get a couple of Ys. I know it's all good my end, just in case there's any problems. So just a little bit about myself. Excellent, you can see and hear me, good stuff. So I'll let you know my reason for joining the business and what I'm up to at the moment. I joined the business when I was working full-time as a transport manager for a coach company. I was working about 50 hours a week, Monday to Friday. I was also on call at weekends. I had to do all the running of the business in and out, the maintenance, the employment side of it, hiring and firing, all that sort of stuff. And it was really stressful. And I've got some young children at home that I wasn't seeing very much of. So I decided to make a change and look for something else. And I come across this opportunity. And I decided to have a little look more into it. And I got a phone call from a lady called Leanne who showed me the business and to it, and I started working hard around my job to build up my income. And my biggest check in the business has been £1,276 for a 4-week period, and that's just working part-time from home around my children. And that's helped me be able to quit my full-time job that was stressing me out and stopping me from seeing my kids and living my life a bit more. So now I just do a little bit of work part-time. The rest of the time I work from home on my business or just spending time with the children. So that's a bit about me. Now we've got the two Kellys in here tonight, so just and your reason for joining. While you do that, I'll just cover what we're going to cover tonight. We're going to go over the retail and the communication side of the business, the learning of our system, and the sharing of the opportunity. So they're the 4 key points to success in your new business. So I'm going to start off with the retail side of things. So the golden rules is to find 20 customers per week. As we know, it's been proven that if you find 20 customers per week, you're going to be doing about £250 of orders, both of you, Kelly. So you post 2 products, and you post 2 products into 50 groups daily on Facebook for 3 to 4 months to build up a really good customer base, and you grow your group to 10,000 people as quickly as possible, i.e. in 1 or 2 months. And this is the open place, which I'm going to go through on this induction here tonight. So they're the 2 key golden rules of the retail side on Facebook. So going into more detail. We retail through social media by selling the products online. You promote 3 to 4 products daily in your own selling group. So just put a little Y in the chat bar if you've got your selling group set up, which will be a nice good start there. So we put 3 to 4 products in our own group daily. And you want to get into a habit of joining 5 external selling groups per day. So you're just searching your local area. So Kelly, your example, you just search for Canterbury buy, Canterbury sell, and join some local groups there. Post in those external groups. You want to like and comment on some posts before you start advertising. So you go onto your local selling group with your products that you want to post. You'll like a couple of posts that are already in there, and then you just want to comment on something. So there's a few different ideas that I can give you of what I do. I sometimes ask if something's still available, if it looks like it's already sold already, so I'm interacting in the group. Sometimes I just put an F in on a couple of the posts, which means following. On Facebook, so it just means that you're following the post to keep an eye on if it sells or not. And then we post our products into the group. And then you post 2 products. As soon as you've interacted, you post 2 products into that group. You want to build up to posting into 50 groups every day. Work a plan. You post in 50 groups, 2 products and you'll be getting a lot of interest, people joining your group, and you'll be making some sales along the way as well. So you want to build up to posting to 50 local settings. You might not be in 50 groups straight away, but if you join 5 a day, and the person that introduced you into the business can add you into some local groups as well, so you can get into the posting side. So you want to go, you all want to start off, if you haven't already, by going to the Getting Started Online page of our resource site, www.the10steps.info. You want to start off by watching the videos, as you've seen here. So just put a little Y in the chat bar if you've watched the videos on the website. So you watch the videos here. This will show you how to check the stock, how to get the products off of the website, how to protect your Facebook. Excellent, you've all watched the videos there. And you've got the checklists on the right as well, the little red tabs that you can have a little look at and print off to help you along your way as well. So when you set up your group, Kelly, I know that Kelly's in Corinne's team. I know you've got your group set up already, which is good. So you post 10 to 15 products in your own group first. If you think of your selling group like a shop on the high street, you wouldn't start inviting all your friends and family to have a little look around your shop before you put some stuff up on the shelves. So we put 10 to 15 products in your own group first before we start adding any people in. And to save you a bit of time, you can use the team photos group to get some photos from, to save you some time editing the pictures. Your sponsor will also allow you to use their photos, and some of you guys will have photos that they can send you with descriptions to get your group filled up with 10 to 15 products really straight away, so we can get you up and running as soon as possible. And then you want to put this post up in your group as well. The person that introduced you into the business will be able to help you with this as well, and then they might have it in their group that you can just copy it to. So you just put a little post up in your group with this link on. Now this link links people to the catalogues, the online catalogues, for them to have a little look through that. And the reason we put this up in our group and we pin it is when you're advertising the product, for example, the pug duvet set. If you had the pug duvet set up in your group, you'd put a brief description of what it is. So pug duvet set, king size, £30, double, £25, etc. And then you just finish off by saying, to see more of our duvet set range, click on the link in the pinned post. Now some people might be looking through your group, see that, and I might not necessarily be interested in the duvet set that's on show, but they go, look, they've got some more. They'll click on the link, they'll have a look through the catalogue, and then they contact you saying, oh, I saw this and that in the book. How do I go about ordering? Help you get some extra sales. So this is the pinned post that we put up in that group. And you can also see there's like a little advert there for people who might be interested in earning a bit of extra money by working online from home using Facebook. So once you've done that, we can then start adding people into our group. And once you've added all your friends and your friends list off of Facebook into your group, you want to personally welcome the members into your group with a message like this on here. So you think of your best 20 to 30 members. An example we use is people that you'd invite to your wedding. So your best 20 to 30 friends that you've added into your group, send them a message first. Just an example like this. Hey Louise, hope you're well. I just wanted to welcome the Laura's Brilliant Bargains. I hope you like some of the stuff I have on here. I really want it to be successful. If I can help with anything, just let me know. And this will give the people that you've added into your group a bit of an idea of what's going on, and they'll go, oh, she's added me into the group, I'll go have a little look at that, and I'll start having a little nose through your group. If they see something you like, because they're one of your really close friends, they're going to say to you, how do I go about getting one of these? I really like it. And then what you want to do is you want to, over the course of the next few days, is message the rest of the people that you've added into your group, the rest of your members. Now when you do this, Facebook is run by algorithms, by computers, by certain coding that they have in place. And what they're looking for is that it's actually human beings that are communicating on Facebook. It's not an automated machine or a robot just posting the same post over and over again. So when you go about the messaging, is you want to change the words, the wording every couple of messages. You don't have to drastically change it. Instead of saying "Hey Louise," you say "Hello," and then just changing like a couple of the words there. Have a little look at some of the stuff I have. Just little subtle changes here and there, so it's a different message. Still says the same thing, but the wording's different. So you're being seen as a human being on Facebook, and when you do this, don't do 50 all at once. Maybe message 10 people and take a little bit of a break, and message 10 more, changing the wording, and then take another little bit of a break and then message 10 more, changing the wording again. Because like I said, you don't want Facebook thinking you're a robot. So when you have an advert that's live, so when you're posting the adverts in the groups, in your group and in external groups, always check the stock checker before you post the advert. You don't want to be posting a product for 30 quid in your group before you go to bed. You wake up in the morning, you sold 10 of them, there's 10 people that all want one. You're doing backflips because you've just made £300 while you're asleep. You go to put your order on and it's out of stock because you forgot to check the stock checker before posting the product. So before you post, always go into the stock checker and check that they're in post adverts as a person. You don't want to make it to sound too business-like. You just want to be yourself. And it says here about rounding it up. Instead of doing £9.99, do £10. But the company were very nice and they decided to round it up all their pricing already. So we don't need to worry too much about that one. Just make sure that you are posting edited adverts, that you're editing the photo, because you don't want to fall into any pitfalls, and it also makes it unique to yourself because you find a way of editing your photos of the products that you like. You end up doing a similar sort of style each time, and it kind of becomes unique too, and then it becomes your trademark as well, and people that like your stuff start noticing it more and they take a bit more notice. And then the advert only needs to highlight the main details. Don't put all War and Peace on there, just make it friendly looking. You don't want to be copying the blurb off of the website and just pasting it onto Facebook. They don't need to know all the height and the weight and what it's made of, nothing like that. For example, if I was posting the duvet sets, I'll just say pug duvet set, what sizes they are and how much they are. I wouldn't be saying what they're made of or anything like that. Like the jeans planter, I'll just post that it's a jeans planter and the prices. You don't need to be putting a really big description of what it's made of, how tall it is, what it weighs. Just nice and simple for the people to have a little look at. So you want to post 3 to 4 of those in your own group daily, and then promote 2 of those products in your external local selling group. So if you posted a duvet set and maybe a cutlery set in your group, be promoting those 2 products in the external groups as well. Now just remember, before posting in the external groups, you want to like and comment in each group before you post, because Facebook is social media, it's all about being social. So if you're just posting and posting and posting in all these groups and you're not actually talking to anybody, then you're not really using Facebook for what it's meant to be used for. And like I said, the algorithms that run Facebook will not be too happy about that, so it's important that you interact a bit in the groups by liking and commenting on a couple of things while you're in there. And just go steady on your activity speed. You don't want to be looking like a robot, so just post 10 adverts and then have a bit of a break, post 10 more and have a bit of a break, and just do it throughout the day. So you might wake up and post 10 adverts, then get ready, have your breakfast, have a shower, post another 10 adverts, then go to work on your lunch break, post 10 more adverts. When you come home, post another 10 adverts, and before you go to bed, post another 10 adverts. For example, it might work differently in whatever situation you're in. That's just a little example of a way that you can post. And when we're posting, in external groups in their own group, we use the start discussion button. We don't use the sell something button. It comes up with a number of options for you to have to fill in. Just use the start discussion button. You can just put like a brief description in there, and you can put just the photo. It's exactly the same effect as a for sale post. And sometimes when you do this, it comes up with a little post saying, are you selling this? But just click not for sale, and it'll still just come up in the group looking like you're selling. And people have a little look and they'll comment if they want it, and they'll come join your group if they like the sort of stuff that you're advertising. So that's the start discussion button when you're posting in the external groups. So here's an example of an advert that you'd post in your local selling groups. So you can see here, it's a really simple, just a photo over a frame around it. The price is on the photo already, so I don't need to put that again in the description. And you can see nice and simple, just this jeans planter. To order, please comment below or message me. Feel free to join the group for more items. So make sure when you're posting during the groups, the reason we post there is one, to get the sales, to do a bit of retail obviously, but the main reason is to get the people that are going through those groups into our group as well. So you make sure that you're asking people to come and join your group when you're advertising. And we don't put any links on there. Don't post your link for your group. Make sure you're asking for people to search, because Facebook don't like links getting overused. So just ask them to come and search for your group and come and join. And what you'd want to do here, you can see that you want to have a couple of different edited photos, so that you can change the photo, you can change the wording, and again, and you can see it's written here because you don't want Facebook thinking you're an automated system. So just change your wording and the photo every so often. You don't want to be too repetitive with what you're doing. So you've done your posting, you've got your adverts up and running in your local selling groups and in your group. Now what you need to do is keep an eye on messages from non-friends, because when you're in the external groups, you can have a lot of people in there that are interested that you don't know, and when they send you a message, you have a second inbox on your phone and on your Facebook on the computer, and it's called message requests. So have a little look. If you don't know about that yet, have a little look. You've got the message request section, and that's where your message goes to if you're not friends with the person. So keep an eye on that. Had someone join the business who didn't know about this, and she was given away as a baby. She went onto a message request, and she ended up finding her mum had been trying to contact her, which is absolutely amazing. Little look, you might find a long lost friend in your message requests. So when someone's commented on one of your posts and said, how do I order, or they've asked you a question, like the customer comment, notifies them that they've seen it, then just respond in the comment section with a variation of our message you. So just say you've messaged them, send them a friend request as well, because it'll help you drip feed your lifestyle to them as you your business, and you build that relationship. They'll buy more from you, but they might also be open to the opportunity as they see your lifestyle changing with the extra money you're making with your business just working from home. And you can also comment below the likers of adverts in your group. So if someone likes one of your posts, just comment underneath and you can say thank you for the like and tag their name and invite them to come into your group. So you respond to the comment with a personal message. We don't answer questions in the comments bar. People are going to be a lot more open if it's private, and other people that have commented won't get fed with the constant notifications. So you respond to every comment with a private message, and just chat as a person. Just be yourself. Be professional, but be an individual. And you get commitment before you place your order by gaining an address and phone number from the person, because that makes them accountable for their order then. So I never put an order through until I've got an address and a phone number from the person. So I'll end with, okay, just to confirm your order, I just need an address and phone number, and I can put that through. And then I'll order the item for it. And you can confirm with them when the order is likely to be available. It's a good habit to order once a week in the business. And if you can order on the same day, you'll get into a bit of a routine where you know when your products are going to arrive, so they'd arrive at the same day. You can give people the day and times when it's going to be available. So if you order before 3:15, it's 2 working days for delivery, and after that it's 3 working days. Obviously, after over bank holidays and things like that, it varies. Then add or invite the person into your group if they're not in there already. Then write out an order form or keep a notebook with all your orders in for your own records. So it's not for them to give an order form to your online customers, it's for your own records. Another reason why it's a good idea is if you've ordered 20 items and they come in your delivery on the following week, you've got all these items there, you don't be filtering through all your messages on Facebook to find out who they belong to. And the other reason you want to be doing this is so you can get regular custom. So you write down the week that they've ordered, then every 4 weeks you can send them a message to see if they'd like anything else on your next order. And you just message them when the order arrives, just message them to confirm that's available now for them. And you can arrange the delivery and collection with that person. And once you've done a certain amount of orders in the business, you get the option of some catalogues. You can get some free catalogues. If you do £150 of orders, you'll get the option of 50 of the catalogues. And it's a really good idea to do that. Speak to your sponsor or the person that introduced you when you get the option of using welcome incentive, and you can discuss with them the best direction to go in. It's a really good idea to give your online customers a physical catalogue to have a look at. But you can also send them a link for the catalogues. It's up to you, but only give them 1 catalogue each time. So for example, if someone orders something off of me online and they come and collected it, I'd give them one of the K-Life books to take home with them. I say thank you really much for your order. Here's one of our catalogues for you to take away that's got our full range in there for you to have a little look at. And then I'll gain permission from them if I could message them once a month. Actually, it says once a week, but it says once a month. And I say, is it okay to message you once a month? And I put my order through, just in case there's anything you want me to put on. You know where I am now. You're not obligated to order anything, but if you do, I'll stick it on there and you can come and collect it. And then what will happen then is I'll message them a little bit later on and say, hi Jane, I just wanted to see how your product was that you ordered. Is it all okay? Just to let you know, I'm putting an order in on Thursday. I was just wondering if there's anything you'd like to order from the complimentary catalogue that I sent you. And then you start getting repeat custom from these people. And the new K-Life catalogue, I don't know if you guys have had your catalogues arrive yet, but the new K-Life catalogue, we're getting absolutely fantastic results from that in the products that are in there. And then you on here, message them on Facebook, text message from that. Oh yeah, so before you place your order, you just message them to say that you're putting your order on, if there's anything you'd like me to add on. So here's an example of that message here. I was getting ahead of myself a bit there. So here's an example of someone messaging a customer. So maybe like 4 weeks later, you message the customer again. Hi Mary, I hope you're happy with the item that you ordered last time. Any problems, let me know. Just to let you know, I'll be placing an order on Wednesday for delivery on Friday. If there was anything you would like to purchase from your complimentary catalogue, and you just send that every 4 weeks to your customers, and you'll get repeat customers. It's exactly the same as what we do with the catalogue side of the business. Our catalogue customers get a catalogue every 4 weeks, and all you're doing is providing the service to your online customers. Some people will order every week, some people will order like once every 3 months, and etc. there. Now here's a really good idea to be doing, because we all have busy lives and we're now business owners, so we need to really plan our time really well to make sure we can get a successful business. Because if you don't plan your time well and dedicate some time to running your business, then it's not going to move in the direction that you want it to move in. So on the resource site, the 10steps.info, you can download one of these onto your computer, you can print one off, and it's really worth filling in a weekly planner. So you shade off all the times that you're busy. If you work, shade off the times that you're working. If you've got other commitments, go to jazzercise or stuff like that in an evening, you can shade that off. And then all the gaps that you've got there, you can put on time to work on your business. So you want to put on your weekly planner, you're going to post on Facebook, you want to put on your the team webinar at 9 o'clock on a Monday night to get some really excellent training there, and you want to put on a bit of reading time on there to read up on the business as well. Then you'll find that if you've got it written down on paper, you're more likely to get it done and not get distracted with other things that seem to happen as we go through our day. Now, account management is something that's really important. Now, your order invoice will arrive by email before your products do. So you order your products, then you'll get an invoice in your email box. Now, look at your invoice and print it out for your records. Now, the amount that's marked less retail profit is the only amount that you keep. That's your commission, and then the rest you can pay off your before, and then pay your invoice before you pay yourself. So make sure you're paying off your account by either going to a NatWest bank and using the gyro slips provided. And the way we pay is we put our money into the bank, into our own account, and then we pay online using the debit card in the distributor area. You can also ring up the service centre to pay your debit card that way. And pay your account weekly. It's a good idea, so you keep it on top of it, and preferably on the same day. Put it on your planner. Put when you're going to go to the bank on your planner, and put when you're going to pay your account off. And here's a really important bit in red at the bottom here: do not use the money you collect for Clean Easy for any other purpose than paying your Clean Easy account. It's quite easy that if you come home late from work, you've had a really hard day, you're hungry, you can't be bothered to cook, there's a big pile of money on top of the telly from all the people that have come and collected their orders, and you go and spend it on a takeaway, and then you can't pay your account, and then you can't trade. And that Chinese takeaway might taste nice for like the half hour that you have it, but your business is going to pay you to change your lifestyle. So make sure you're paying off your account before you pay yourself. Don't just spend that money on anything else until your balance is paid in full, because it's the most important bill that you can pay, because it's the only one that's going to pay you in the future. So moving on to building our group, you heard me at the beginning say growing your group to 10,000 people in your first couple of months, and some of you might have gone, blimey, how am I supposed to do that? I've only got a couple hundred people in my group. Well, here's an example here of Laura's group, or Harrison's group. She's got 53,000 people in her group. So when she's posting an advert that's going on the news feed of 53,000 people, if she posts a recruitment ad, that's 50,000 people that might be interested in making a bit of extra money on there. So she gets really fantastic money, about 20 to 30 pounds an hour, because she's built up a really big customer base. And how do we do it? Well, there's numerous ways that we do it. We do it by posting externally, getting people joining the group that way. But to get massive growth quickly in our own group, because we run competitions. Now, if you speak to your sponsor, the person that introduced you, they'll be able to help you with this as well. And there's also stuff in the Global 10 Steps group to help you with the competitions, and the stuff on the resource site to help you with them. And all we do is we offer a prize in our group to the person that adds the most friends. So we run a competition for a few days, and we say the person that adds the most friends into our group will win this prize, from a couple of hundred people to a few thousand people in a week. We had a couple in the business who had 300 friends on Facebook, and they grew their group to 20,000 people in 4 weeks. And then in 10 weeks, they had 45,000 people in their group just by running the competitions. So it's worth getting one of these going straight away. Just speak to the person that introduced you, and they'll be able to get you one up and running and getting that group and growing. And here's an example coming up of a few people that have just done all that I spoke about already tonight. So here's Leona Crofts and Callum. Callum works full time. Leona's a stay-at-home mum, works part-time with the business around their little boy. And in their first 4 weeks, just following the system as I've just explained, they got a cheque of £316. That was working really part-time, just using Facebook, and they got £316 extra money to spend that month. And here we have Ish Renwick. She's a widower up in Scotland. She joined the business after seeing a post in a selling group from Laura Harrison. She works part-time around her 2 children, and in 4 weeks she earned a cheque of £531. So who would like an extra £531 in the next couple of months? So if you follow the system as it's written, you can do it. Now here's Laura Harrison and Paul Sharp. Laura's a stay-at-home mum around their 2 children. Paul works full-time as a painter and decorator. They're up in Scotland. And in their first 4 weeks, they work solely online. They've done £1,200 of orders around the children, and they got a cheque of £285. Now it's worth remembering this cheque for £285. I'm going to tell you something a bit later on in this induction, which will show you what you can achieve if you just follow the advice that we give you. So the next part, the next key point is communication, and it's an established fact that if you communicate regularly with the person that introduced you and other successful uplines in the business, you're going to be far more successful as that don't. If you don't speak to anyone that's been there and done it, you're going to find it a lot harder to go out there and do it. So you can Skype. We do a lot of Skype calls as a team and individually to help you along the way with your business. The phone, people still talk to each other on the phone, believe it or not. So ring up the person that introduced you, or ring up one of their uplines that's doing well for advice. And Facebook Messenger is quite a popular one. A lot of people have messenger groups with their team in, so they could all chat quite frequently, but also you can chat one-on-one. You can email, or you can text. It's a good idea just to check in every day with the person that introduced you, because they want to hear from you. Like I like hearing from my new team members every day and what they've done. If they need any help, if they've had a really good day, I like to know. If they've not had such a good day, I like to know so I can help it up, and we can help you build that income and get that sort of lifestyle that you're after. So if you join the business to be able to afford to go on holiday, we want to help you go on that holiday. If you join the business because you don't like your job, I joined the business because I wanted to get out of my job. If you're the same, then we want to hear from you to help you do that. So communicating is really important, because we've been there and we've done it. Key point 3 is learning our system. Now this is the most important step to have a successful business, because our system that we've got in place has been proven to work. The people that follow it, how it's meant to be done, are successful. So your willingness to learn will determine your level of success. So your job really, if you want to see it as a job, is to learn the simple system, and our job teach you the simple system. And there's numerous ways that we go about doing that. So by speaking daily to your sponsor, communication again. If you're communicating with your sponsor, it's going to help you learn the system. Reviewing the Facebook team group, so go into the Global 10 Steps group, have a little scroll down the news feed, see what's going on there. Attending your weekly webinars. Every Monday night at 9 o'clock is to be in this room. We used to have 2 webinars a week, and I used to watch every single one. Monday and a Wednesday it used to be. that I was in the business a year. I only ever missed one because we was at the hospital because my wife was in labour and was having a baby. But other than that, I've watched every single one since I've been in the business. And the clue there is that I'd say that I'm quite successful in the business, and that's thanks to going to the webinars, watching the webinars, but also attending the workshops. I went to my first workshop 2 days after joining the business, and going to that workshop changed my life, because if I hadn't gone to that workshop, I don't know how well I would have done straight away, because I got there nice and early in the business, like a couple of days. So if you're new to the business, is to have a look at when your next job is, your nearest one, and get booked in, so you can learn how to get out your job or how to earn the extra money that you want. So go to the 10steps.info to see where your nearest one is, and get booked in. But also, coming up on the 27th of this month is the massive company conference at the ICC in Birmingham, where all the successful people of the business will be attending, because they wouldn't dare miss it, because they know how much it helps them build their business. So I'll be going up there from South East Essex. There's people flying over from Ireland, people driving down from Scotland, people coming over from Wales. Everybody that wants to be successful in the business is going to be there. And because you guys are brand new, it's normally £20 to attend, but it'll be free. If you ring up the call centre, you can get booked in for free, and you get to meet the likes of me and Neil and Ree, who's on here tonight as well, and get to mingle with successful people and learn how to change your life. Don't just listen to me about that. Have a little chat with others in the business that have been to a showcase, and say to them, what was your first one like? Just ask them, so what was your first showcase like? And they'll tell you how phenomenal it is, and that it helps them change their life. And also, a good way to learn the system is by studying the workbook, studying the system itself. Go to the 10 steps section on the resource site, and you can see all the workbooks on there, and there's a video for each step as well, which will help you learn the system and how it's done. And what we're looking to achieve at the beginning is something that looks a bit like this. Is to have, if you introduce some people into the business, if you retail £1,000, get into the swing of doing that, introduce some people to the business that do the same as what you do, you can get a part-time income of £1,200 a month, and you can do this. Well, we've had people do this in 3 months in the business. You get 3 to 6 months. If you're doing it all right, you can get an income of £1,200 if you just follow the system, communicate, and do what we advise. And here's an example of a few people that have done that. First up is a good-looking couple. Right here is me and my wife Sarah on our wedding day. We're in Benfleet in Essex. Like I said, I was working full-time. Sarah was a stay-at-home mum to these 3 Herberts here. So when we was in the business, we only started off actually with the 2. We only had Naomi and Keeper there in the photo when I first started, but then Adeline came along as well. So we was working the business around my full-time job, and 3 children under the age of 4, and we built up an income. And this is our check from last year, just before Christmas, which was £1,000. It's over 1,200 now, and that's just working part-time. It's helped me be able to quit my job. I'm taking my son swimming tomorrow during the day, so instead of sitting at a desk at my old job, as having to tell people what to do, having to get moaned at by my boss, saying I'm not doing something right, and coming home feeling miserable, instead I'm taking my 3-year-old son to his swimming lesson. I go in with him and we have a really great time, and that's a lot better than sitting there at work. Now here's Laura Harris again. Like I said earlier, Laura's a stay-at-home mum around the 2 children, and Paul works full-time as a painter and decorator. That's their 2 children, Blake and Alyssa. Blake's recently been diagnosed with having autism as well, so you can imagine how demanding that is for Laura at home with Blake's behavioural difficulties. And they had a cheque for £285. 3 months later, like I said, we're doing this in 3 months, just by following the system and communicating and coming on the webinars and going to the workshops. They grew their cheque to £1,238, 3 months after £285 one. So it just goes to show how quickly it can be done if you're determined and serious about doing it. Now here's our sponsors, Leanne and Mikey Gilroy up in Edinburgh. Mikey works full-time for the council as a joiner. Leanne's a stay-at-home mum with Matthew. Is how she started off. She was on maternity leave with Matthew. She didn't want to go back to work because the hours they were offering would mean that Mikey would come home from work and Leanne would go to work, and they wouldn't get to see each other only on a Sunday. So Leanne didn't want to do it. She started the business and she built up her income so she didn't have to go back to work by the time her maternity leave ended, because she managed to match her part-time income. They've since had another baby, Evie, so they're now working around the 2 children. Now again, this cheque's from last year, and their cheque was £1,567. Again, this is really part-time. Leanne didn't really do much during the day while Mikey was at work, and then she had Matthew, who was 2, running about and things like that when they were building it up to this much. And you got a nice £1,500 cheque. Now that might not be enough for some of you. It's not enough for me. I want more than that, and some of you might like more than that as well. So here's an example here of Glenn up in North Wales who works online using Facebook, and he's built up his income to over, well, it's just under £3,000 on here. Yes, it's well over that now. About £3,000 working part-time, just running the business, following the system. Who would like a cheque like that for 4 weeks working part-time? Me, I would like one. So here's how they went about it. So they followed all that I've gone over so far, but you've also want to share the business with the people that you know. We do this really indirectly. So all you want to do is write down a list of everybody you know, copy a list to your sponsor, and we call this list a warm list. So people that are on your phone, people that are on your Facebook list, and we call it a warm list because it's people that you know, you've built a relationship with them over time, so they trust you, and you just invite them to view your opportunity. But like I said, it's really indirect, and it's called the power of who they know. But we're not pestering people about the business. It's really indirect, so we can start off just with a post in our selling group like this, just curious if anyone would like to earn some extra cash just by advertising the stuff online like I do. And you'll have people in your group that'll be curious, and they'll ask you for some information. You can also direct message your warm list, the people that you know. And this is what I mean by being indirect. This is an example here. Hi Laura, just wanted to let you know I've just started my own online business and it's going really well. Who do you know that would like to earn some extra money working from home? So it's really indirect. Doing is asking them if they know anyone, and then what will happen is they normally respond with that by asking, what is it about, or how does it work? And then I'll show you how we respond to that in the next slide coming up. But also your timeline on Facebook is really important as well, because it drip feeds the people on your friends list, your lifestyle changing and the opportunity. So as an example post you can put on straight away: loving my new business, already had so much help and support from the person that helped me set up. I'm so excited for the future. Now what you want to do from here on in is be the most positive person you can think of, because people will want to join and follow and listen to really positive people. They'll be interested in what you're up to. If you're really positive, always moaning on Facebook, if you're ranting, if you're really political, something like that, if people don't agree with you, or they think you're an angry person or you're not a very happy person, then when they see a post that says about the opportunity and how it's able to change your life, how you've been able to earn some extra money, they're not really going to feel comfortable in approaching that sort of person. But if the person's always happy and positive and they're really enjoying what they're doing, then they're more likely to ask, what is it that you do? Now when we're doing posts on Facebook, we do not use words clean easy or K-Life. We don't use those words. The brand that we advertise is you. You are the brand, and it's the mystery of what you're doing. It gets people interested. If you're saying K-Life and Clean Ease, they already know what it is you're doing, so they're not going to ask you. But if you keep that quiet, the Clean Ease or K-Life bit, they won't be able to get anymore. They'll have to ask you what it is you're doing. But you don't want to be posting loads and loads of stuff about the business with your own timeline. It is social media, so you only want to do about 20% business, 80% just social, normal lifestyle stuff that you're up to. Now here's what we do when someone says, what is it? What is it all about? Here's an example of a response. Hi Valerie, thanks for your comment. Just have a look at these 3 videos. Once you've watched all 3 to the end, just let me know what you think. And then we've got the link for the videos. Now at the moment, you can't use this link, but a good idea is to ask for an email address. You can email them the videos, or you can send a photograph of the link on the messenger as well. So here's an example of what you can say. So when someone says, what is it about? You can say, I can't do it right now on Messenger, but if I sent you some short videos, would you be able to watch them for me? And they'll say yes. You send them the videos, they watch the videos, and they'll come back to you and say, well, actually, this looks like good. I wouldn't mind knowing a bit more myself. Because your friends might not tell you that they're £3,000 in debt, or they want to go on holiday and they can't afford it, or they're late in paying their mortgage, they're struggling to pay their mortgage, but they might watch these videos and think, hang on a minute, this could actually help me, and then they'll ask you for a bit more information. So they're actually coming to you. So here's an example of what can happen as you start building your team. The 30-day challenge, we had like £600 of orders in your first 30 days. We'll help you get some freebies from the company, some catalogues or some free deliveries. And here's the bonus chart. So the 10% bonus on your retail, if you reach £780 of orders in a 4-week period, you'll get a 10% bonus on your retail. Then it goes up. If you're the second week on your own, people do this on their own, but if you have another person who's doing what you're doing, then you can get a 13% bonus level 1, and you can see here, as your team grows, your team turnover grows, and once you get to the last rung of the ladder, down here, the £9,000 of orders, you then got a check of around £1,200, and you've just need like 10 people doing what you're doing, and you'll get a nice bit of part-time income. So we're almost coming to the end now, so we're almost wrapping it up. The first week checklist, you can get this on the resource site by downloading it or printing it off. Just what you want to be in your first week, really. You want to set up your selling group and be in 50 groups by the end of your first week. You want to be into the habit of posting adverts daily in your own group and in the external groups. Attending 2 webinars. You want to have attended your induction, so well done, that's 1 webinar down. For you guys, you can tick 1 off. Next one is on Monday night at 9 o'clock, so the Monday night webinar. So book your workshop event or the showcase, because if you get booked in there, then you're guaranteed to grow your income. Post a just curious message in your group. Start sharing the business. There's no need to wait, because if you're not confident in talking to people about the business, just follow what I've just said on here tonight and talk to your upline, your sponsor, the person that introduced you, and they'll help you with talking to them. We don't expect you to show a new person all the business and getting up them up in your first month. We will help you do that. We'll sponsor them in, we'll talk to them, and we'll get them up and running. And start a competition in your group. Start growing those numbers. Start getting a few thousand people, 10,000 people. And you can get lots of retail. You can get lots of people interested in the business. You can start earning a bit of extra money coming up to Christmas. You can have loads of people online that are going to want stuff for Christmas, that are going to buy that stuff from your group if you get them in there. So just to wrap things up, so we've gone over the 4 key points. We've gone over the retail, about the posting on external groups and posting in our own groups, how important communication is with your upline. Speak to the person that introduced you, learn as much as you can, and learn the system. If you learn our system, like the world is your oyster, you can earn whatever sort of income you want to earn if you learn our system and you follow it and you share the opportunity. Don't be a secret agent in the business. Let them know what you're up to, and they might be curious and want to give it a go themselves. So I thank you all for coming on tonight. I hope that was all useful to you. Now, if you have any questions on anything that's been covered tonight, then just go back to the person that introduced you. They'll be able to help you with that. And these do happen every Thursday at 9 o'clock. So if you want to come on another one, you feel like you've missed something, it's also being recorded. So there'll be a recording of this up in the group as well. You can watch back. Thank you all for joining, and I look forward to seeing your success. And I look forward to seeing some of you guys in Birmingham and then pushing on with that lifestyle change that you're after. Good night, everybody. Thank you.